So let's talk about how I find the best stocks for the wheel. Now, the wheel is a trading strategy that can relatively safely produce 30% per year. Now, I've shown this strategy here on YouTube, and today I want to show you exactly the trades that I'm in and how exactly I find the best stocks for this strategy. So let's get started. Let's actually share my screen here, and I want to use the notepad so that I can give you the 5 steps on how I find the strategies. Now, important, when you are trading the wheel, you must be okay owning the stock. So, by the way, if you're not quite sure right now what I'm talking about when I talk about the wheel, I'll post a playlist in the comments, and this playlist explains you exactly what the wheel trading strategy is. And it's a really fascinating strategy where you're selling puts, selling calls, cash covered puts, and then you also have covered calls, really relatively safely, where you can make 30%. But the absolute key to this strategy is to select the right stocks. And I know that there were quite a lot of questions around this. This is why I thought today I'm going to show you exactly my process, how I do it, and it is a 5-step process. So first of all, I'm looking for stocks with high volatility, because high volatility means that there's a lot of premium in there. And the first part of the wheel is that you're selling puts. This is why we want to have high premium, because the first step in the wheel is selling puts for premium. Here is one of the tools that I use for this. It is actually bar charts. So there's a website called barchart.com, and when you are a premium member, you can actually configure an option screener. Now, in order to be a premium member, it's like $200 a year. So I am a premium member, and this is why I have set up an option screener here for me. So let me just show you, before we look at this option screener here and the results, let me show you the filters that I'm using here so that you know exactly what stocks I'm looking for. So we want to make sure that we are not trading into earnings. I'll talk about this here in a moment. Now, in terms of exchange, I'm fine trading at all the exchanges. The implied volatility that I would like to see is between 30 and 50%. When it is above 50%, the volatility is too high, and you can run into the danger of having a stock that is whipsawing all around here. And if it is below 30%, then usually you don't have enough premium in there. Anyhow, so the days to expiration, 7 to 21 days. Last trade made within the last 2 sessions. I prefer trading only stocks with this, right? And I want to make sure that there's enough premium in the put here. So I have a few more filters regarding volume, open interest. And for a stock price, I'm looking for stocks that are trading between $30 to $200. So when I'm clicking on this filter, this is the exact filter that I use, then you see the results popping up here. And right now it is finding a lot of puts. And you see there's quite a few companies. For example, there's AA, ADA, see quite a lot of puts there, AMAT, AMBA. This is where right now, let's just go to step number 2 here before I show you exactly how I use this information. Step number 2, I want to make sure that there are no earnings before expiration. So I want to make sure that I'm not running into earnings, especially right now where we have still the pandemic going on, the crisis. I mean, earnings are a wild card here. So I want to make sure that there are no earnings before expiration, and you have seen how I set the filter here. Number 3, I want to make sure that these stocks are in an overall uptrend or have strong support. So let me show you exactly what I mean. This is where I can go back to bar chart here, because it shows me, you see, I have a total of 1,052 results, but there are not that many stocks because it's giving me a bunch of options for one stock. You see there's a total of probably 10 pages. And what I can do here at the top is that I go to flip charts. And now I can take a look quickly at the first 10 stocks here. And I see, okay, Agilent Technologies, that actually looks pretty good, looks overall in an uptrend. So that would be a possible candidate. And I'm writing this down. So then I have ADI. You see, this is all over the place here. Not exactly what I'm looking for. ALC, then we have AMAT. So this looks pretty good. It's overall in an uptrend here. Actually, I like to see more than just the last 6 months. let's just look at the last 2 years so that you get a better idea. I mean, A was a good opportunity. AMAT is a good possibility here. So AMBA, ASD, you get the idea what I'm looking for. So obviously something like this is not at all what I'm looking for, right? So after I've identified a few candidates that I like, then I check the wheel, the calculator, to see if all of this makes sense. So this were, for example, for Agilent, well, if you look back over the last 2 years, not too hot on this one. AMAT, let's see, Applied Materials, that's not bad. Overall an uptrend because, again, keep in mind, absolutely super, super, super important. I can't stress this enough. You must be okay owning this stock. So let's just talk about AMAT so that I show you exactly how I now go through the calculator, because this is where step 4 comes in, where I want to make sure, check the wheel calculator. So we talked about AMAT. And it was actually a trade that I was in. So we need to see what is the strike price that would make sense for us, at what price we are okay owning the stock. And again, it's all explained in detail in the other videos that I have here linked in the description. Here are a few positions that I'm in right now, and I'll be happy to show you in a moment how they are doing, because they're expiring, a few of them, in 10 minutes from now. Okay, so AMAT right now, the current price is 64.08, and a strike price that would make sense here is $59, meaning that we could have an 8% drop. Now, right now, it is July 31st, so we are looking probably for an August 7th expiration. Now, let's switch over to the trading platform to see exactly what's happening here, and we go to AMAT, and we look for the August 7th 59 expiration, how much money we could get. And you see right now, there's not a lot of premium in there. So there's probably 16 cents in there. That's probably not enough, because if you type in the 16 cents here, no, it's only 14%. So obviously that didn't work. All right, this means that right now we go back to look for the stocks that have overall an uptrend or strong support. Let's see, what else did we have here? What did we find? A, did we like A? Not really too much. It's bouncing around here. So let's see, ATGE, AV, yeah, not really strong support here. BAM, not the biggest fan, although that's not bad. You see, overall it was in an uptrend, was hit by COVID, and right now seems to have found some strong support here. So we could actually take a look at BAM. Anyhow, I don't want to bore you with this too much, because I also want to show you the positions that I'm in so that you know exactly what stocks I'm looking for. So let's jump over to the account if you're interested in this. So we're looking at the positions. As you can see right now, I am in ATVI, and this is one that expires here in the next 8 minutes. And when it does, I will get the full profit, the $55 per one option that I traded, and I traded 3 options. So I will keep the full $162. As you can see, I started trading this strategy a week ago, and thus far we are up $500. So not bad at all, right? The goal here is to make 30% a year. So my goal is on this account, which is a mid-sized account. It's a $100,000 buying power, $50,000 in there, but it is a margin account. So the goal here is to make $30,000 a year, 30%. You can trade it with larger accounts, no problem at all. So then we also have Marriott that expires in 7 minutes from now. And this will expire worthless. So here I made 70 cents, which is $70 per option, traded 2 options. So this will be $140 that I can keep. And then I have Nike, JD, that's an alert that I issued today. But let's just take a look at these for a moment so that you know exactly what I'm looking for. So ATVI, Activation Blizzard, as you can see, overall in an uptrend, even not really hit during the pandemic because it's a gaming company. And this is why I felt comfortable if it would dip below 76, owning this stock here. What is the other one that we were just talking about? Marriott. So Marriott here today, moving lower, but you see, this is a stock that has found some solid support. That's what I was talking about, just so that you see some examples here. First of all, you must be okay owning the stock. I can't stress this enough. And then I want to make sure that the stocks are in overall uptrend or have strong support. Now, in a moment, I'm going to talk about step number 5, but let me just ask you, is this helpful at all so that you see the stocks that I'm looking for? Would you like to see a few more examples? If you want me to show you a few more examples, just type yes in the comments really quick. So let's talk about a few other stocks. So another stock that I really like is Boeing. Again, super volatile stock, as you can see, being hit during the pandemic right now has found some support. It's just going sideways, and this is exactly what we are looking for with the wheel. Stocks that are either going sideways or slightly up. Overall, I'm bullish on Boeing, but right now I just think that it won't drop below 150. And if it does, I'm okay owning Boeing for 150. So this is another stock that I'm in, and especially if you look at a weekly chart here, Boeing has just gone up, 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 up over the years, and then here has found some support at around 320, has been trading between 320 and 380, right now at half the price. So I believe that Boeing at some point will go back up there. Anyhow, so let's talk about another stock that I liked really a lot, NKA, Nike. As you know, Nike, solid. Look at this. Over the years, going from $20 to $100. Recently got hit by the pandemic, going all the way down to $60, but right now already bouncing back. And it seems that Nike has found some support here, and this is why I'm okay owning Nike at $94. Let's talk about step number 5, because this is the shortcut for you if you want. So step number 5, what I do after I place the trade and send out the newsletter. So if you have been following me for a while, you know that I offered a class for this wheel, and with this I offered a newsletter for free for the first month. And so when you enrolled into the class, you get the newsletter for free. And let me show you what I do. So as you can see here, for example, JD was something that I issued this morning. So I'm writing the newsletter here. I'm exporting it to PDF so that it looks like this, okay? And then I'm emailing you the PDF, and I'm sending you a text, and I'm also sending you a notification that now we have a new newsletter, and this is where it shows exactly, okay, so this morning I issued JD and SSY, and you see the idea is we believe JD will stay above 60 by August 7th, so that's a few days from now. And I'll give you the exact trade of what to trade. I'll let you know how much buying power is needed per option so that you can adjust the size for your account. And here is what happened to the 2 trades that I issued earlier today. So let's jump back to this. So we talked about JD and SSY right here. These are the trades that I sent out this morning. And as you can see, thus far, they're nicely up. $45 and $40. Right now, Boeing is down a little bit, but I'm not too concerned because all I need is until next week for 1 week, I need Boeing to stay above 150. And today, Boeing had a down day anyhow. Not a big deal, right? Okay, so let's talk about the class and the newsletter if you're interested. As you can see, it is a very logical and systematic process to go through the stocks, and it is time intensive. It takes me a while, and then as soon as I find a stock, I'm also discussing it with Mark, my head coach. So as you can see, we are going through a lot of effort to actually find the very best stocks to trade. But the cool thing is that both Mark and I have nothing else to do. So we love trading. We love looking at this. So if you're interested in this class and getting this newsletter, just go to rockwelltrading.com/wheel. This is where you can sign up for the class so that you know exactly what I talked about. Plus, you're getting a month of the newsletter. And again, here are the trades of the newsletter over the past week. As you can see, they're up $500. And I do believe that the class is priced below $200. So within 1 week, depending on your account size, but within 1 week, you could make the money back that you invest in the class and in the newsletter. Anyhow, I hope this was helpful because I wanted to show you my exact process, what I do, because that's my promise here, that I show you the strategies that I personally trade, that I show you the tools that I personally use, and that I show you my trades, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Because some trades are losing trades. Thus far with the wheel, it has worked out. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. And if you want to see more videos like this, then click on the subscribe button and click the little notification bell, because this way you get notified whenever I release a new video. And if you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you, please feel free to share this video with anybody who you think that might benefit from this video. And then I'll see you in one of the next videos, or click on one of the playlists.